Well, good morning. I come to you with a cup of milk tea. I batch prepared about 5 servings of this in advance yesterday, and this is how I did it. I took a half gallon of milk, dumped it into a pot. I added about a 1/4 cup of loose leaf black tea leaves, and this is the particular brand. I hope that the lights aren't making it all like reflecty. I hope you can see this. Anyway, this is the brand that I like. Tea India. I got this at a South Asian grocery store for 13 bucks, and that is an amazing deal because this bag easily is like a cup of tea every day for half a year. So yeah, that's like, you know, maybe 10 cents per cup of tea, which is an amazing price for tea. Highly recommend if you are a tea drinker or if you want to be a tea drinker, go to find your local Indian or South Asian grocery store or West Asian or Mediterranean, sometimes it's called, so that white people won't be scared of it, Mediterranean or West Asian grocery store, because they tend to have bulk black tea like this for quite cheap, and it tends to also be very good quality tea. Like, I love this. It's an Assam. Anyway, I could geek out about tea for an hour, so I will stop. Anyway, I add about a 1/4 cup of the Assam tea leaves to the milk, and then I also add about half of a 1/4 of a cup, so, you know, 2 tablespoons of sugar to my tea. I bring it to a gentle simmer, and then I let it steep for about 5 minutes, and then I strain it through a strainer, and then I put it in the refrigerator in a jug. And you can totally drink this cold if you want. I prefer it hot. Somebody wants to say hi. This is Donica. You might remember her from the previous video. She is incredibly needy. She's a very smart girl, and she really, really wants to play right now. We'll do that after Mommy finishes filming this, okay? Anyway, where was I? Oh, right. So I put it in a jug and I chill it. You can totally drink this cold if you want, but I felt like drinking it warm because I woke up this morning with a headache. We'll see if that goes away. I took some pills for it. Anyway, I love milk tea because it has a stronger flavor, you know, more full-bodied flavor. If you brew tea in water and then add milk afterwards, it tastes kind of watery, in my opinion. But this is nice and smooth, and it has way more nutritional value as well, since I use just milk. And price-wise, milk is creeping up in price nowadays. We get ours delivered from a local farm. It's about $3.50 per half gallon, which is not too terrible a price considering it's like delivered to our door from a local farm. I'm sure you could get cheaper milk elsewhere if you tried, but, you know, we believe it's worth paying a little extra price to support local farmers, and it's really convenient too, having it delivered to our door. But yeah, that with the tea leaves and the sugar and the amount that I'm drinking, it's about $1 per cup, and for me a cup, a serving is about, not a cup as in 8 ounces, but this vessel, a cup, which is about 12 ounces if I fill it, you know, 3/4 of the way full. If you compare that to like a Starbucks drink, it's like 1/3 of a price or less than 1/3 of a price of a Starbucks drink. So I could still consider this pretty affordable, but it is one of the more expensive things that I would be indulging in if I'm eating a very, very cheap meal plan, which is what I am aiming for today for this video. Evie? Yes? What is it, my darling? I love you. Okay, this is Honey Bunches of Oats. It's one of my favorite cereals. It's one of like the only sweet cereals that I actually like. Usually I like the boring plain cereals like Corn Flakes and Cheerios and whatnot. But I really like this one. And these raspberries were free because I got them from the backyard. We're lucky enough to live in a house. We rent a friend's basement and we share the backyard. And the raspberries are communal, so these were free. Otherwise they would have been very expensive. Now I have to point out, cereal is not cheap. If you get brand name cereal at a mainstream grocery store like Safeway, for example, it's very expensive. It's like 40 cents an ounce or more last time I checked. However, I got this at Costco for 15 cents an ounce usually.
Evie! Evie! Hi, baby! Yes?
I ran the numbers, and even the store brand cereal at Winco, which is a discount grocery store, is about 15 cents an ounce. So it really is worth it if you do have a Costco membership, or if you know somebody with a Costco membership that you can borrow, or like have them take you with them, or have them buy the cereal for you. It is worth it at Costco to get bulk cereal. Yes, you have to pay for the Costco membership, which is like 60 bucks a year, I think. I think it pays for itself, depending on what you buy. We get gas there, which saves us some money, and we get bulk cereal, and we get those rotisserie chickens for $5 each. They sell them at a loss, and that's a really good hack if you're homeless or if you don't have a kitchen or something. Like, you can get a hot, cooked rotisserie chicken at Costco for $5, if you have Costco membership, of course. Okay, for lunch, I had beans, greens, and cornbread. I actually have a dedicated video to this very meal. It's a really nice, relatively healthy and cheap meal that you can make for yourself. The beans I made slightly differently this time than I did in the original video, so I'll just really quickly talk you through it. I used dry beans instead of canned beans to make these baked beans, so I had to soak them overnight first and then cook the beans by themselves in a little water, and then I kind of made the baked beans the way I did in the other video. I put in the cooked beans with a little bit of the bean cooking liquid, some onions, Worcestershire sauce, dried mustard powder, ketchup, salt, and molasses. And then I topped the whole thing with a bunch of chopped bacon, and then I baked it in the oven on very low, about 250 degrees for 3 hours with the lid on, and then I took the lid off and baked it for an additional hour until it was all nice and done. And I mean, you can make these beans vegetarian or actually vegan, in fact, by just omitting the bacon, replace it with like a tablespoon or two of oil and some smoked paprika, and then replace the Worcestershire sauce with soy sauce, and it's vegan. And then cornbread is one of the easiest things to bake if you are a novice baker, so don't be intimidated by it. Very easy to make and also very cheap. And then this kale is free because I grew it in my garden, and this is a simpler preparation than I did in the dedicated video as well. I just steamed this in the microwave. This is honestly one of my favorite ways to cook vegetables simply. All you do is you take your fresh veggie, you put it in a cereal bowl, add some water, cover it with a saucer, and microwave it for a few minutes until it is done. And then you drain the water out of it. It's just faster and so much easier than steaming it on a stovetop. I'll put a little balsamic vinegar on top for seasoning, and I like it. If you don't like beans, or if you know somebody who doesn't like beans and you're trying to get them to like beans, I think baked beans, like if this person likes barbecue sauce, baked beans are a good gateway dish to getting somebody to eat legumes. I mean, often they're a side dish for barbecue, but you can eat them as a main. Okay, I'm gonna eat the rest of this off camera. Okay, I am exhausted. I'm gonna make dinner, which is popcorn. This might not sound like a meal to you, but popcorn is actually quite healthy. It's a whole grain, and I puff it in some coconut oil over the stovetop. And I'm gonna add a little salt, a little butter to make it tasty, and that's dinner. It's also quite cheap if you buy it especially in bulk like I do. This is just a couple tablespoons of butter, to which I'm going to add the rest of that salt that I pre-ground. I'm going to microwave this on low. Here's my bowl covered in foil. Turn it on. And then this bowl will get hot, so I use a hot pad. And at the beginning, especially with an electric stove, you don't have to like shake it constantly. I wait for it to heat up first. But if you're new to this, I would advise just constantly shaking it because you don't want to risk burning anything. Do you hear the sizzle? It's popping. So you know the popcorn is done when it stops popping, like when you stop hearing it pop. It's almost done. Yep. Calling that done. Ooh, it's still kind of popping a little bit. I'm always nervous that like I didn't pop everything. Oh yeah. The foil itself is not hot to touch, but the bowl is hot, so be careful. Listen to that sizzle. Don't go there. Oh, I love fresh popcorn. So special. And that is dinner.